Welcome, everyone. On a beautiful September afternoon, we're at J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. Today we're here to bring you a GMC boys soccer match between longtime rivals, the Old Bridge Knights, and the host East Brunswick Bears. I'm Phil Peterson, here to call the play-by-play of what promises to be a very entertaining contest. The Bears have rocketed out of the starting gates, posting shutouts in their first two games. Coach Dan Haston, in his 21st year at the helm, has been pleasantly surprised by the early season success. The team is well on its way to improving upon its 2002 record of 11 wins, 7 losses, and a tie. And with the depth of talent available, look for the Bears to be serious contenders this fall in both the state and county tournaments. Old Bridge enters today's match with a record of 1-1. Their last outing saw the Knights fall 1-0 to South Brunswick in a game in which they widely outshot their opponents. With a number of returning seniors, head coach Rich Mould hopes to put the memories of last year's poor performance well out of his mind. The teams are concluding their pregame warm-ups, and in just a moment we'll have the opening kickoff between the Bears and the Knights.
And we're almost set for the kickoff of the match today between Old Bridge and East Brunswick. Here are your starting lineups. First for the visitors from Old Bridge in their black uniforms, black shorts, white numbers. Number 2, Andrew Vodofsky at midfield. Number 3, John Leone, also a midfielder. Number 6, Patrick Brock at midfield. Number 10, Neil Christiana at defense. Number 11, Tom Valentino, also on defense. Number 13, Andrew Suozo, back at stopper. Number 19, Will Dwarnikowski at forward. Number 21, Tim Lucas in the back. Number 24, Ray Reyes at forward. Number 27, Dave DeLucia at midfield. And in goal, Chris Reardon. For the Bears in their home whites with green shorts, going from right to left on your screen. Number 2, Adam Toplitsky at sweeper back. Number 5, Arthur Lysenko on defense. Number 7, Ricky Lasky at midfield, along with number 8, Brian Robles. Number 10, Matt Ramirez. Number 13, Evan Loopshire. Number 15, Brett Robin. Number 16, Josh Sims. Number 18, Matthew Mesh. Number 33, Zach Simi. And in the goal, senior keeper, Frankie Vetri. Referees making sure the keepers are all set. We'll play 2 40-minute halves. If the game should end in a tie in regulation, we'll go to 2 10-minute sudden death periods, which will be decided by golden goal. If it still ends in a tie, then that's where we will end. Reardon with a booming punt. And Matthew Metch will watch that and go out of bounds with a restart for the Bears. Absolutely spectacular September day out here. It's the calm before the oncoming storm with Isabel in the forecast. Zach Simi twisting and turning through the midfield, trying to find an opening. Controlled by Brian Robles. One thing Coach Haston is very pleased with so far is the lack of selfishness on the part of the Bears. And Frankie Vetri skies for the Bears to pull that loose ball in. Tremendous, a lot of passing, teamwork. Zach Semi breaking down the left side. He's got to step on his defender. Nice recovery by John Leone. Lysenko stepping up. Old Bridge really packing the top of the box with 8 people within about 5 yards of each other. Matt Metch tries to touch it out wide to Brett Robin, but couldn't quite connect. Vetri taking charge back there, calling for the back pass. Swung wide to Lysenko. Number 13, Evan Loopsher in the midfield. Switching the play to the right side. Touched on by Matt Ramirez, a newcomer to the team. Out of the suburban Houston area. If you're just joining us, we're just under 3 minutes into play. Today's contest between the Old Bridge Knights and the East Brunswick Bears in a Greater Middlesex Conference Red Division tilt. Chested down by Ricky Lasky. Robles looking for help. Finds Lasky on the outside. In spite of having 5 seniors starting for the Bears, they do have a fairly young team. Quite a number of juniors. So with the talent that's been graduated the last 2 years, I guess similar to the girls, is Robles with a shot just over the bar. First good scoring chance for either team as Brian Robles sailed a ball just over the right post. Reardon got a lot of backspin on that. Sims stepping up. Josh Sims on the left side with lightning speed. If he gets on a step on a defender, he's gone. Nice little touch patch by Zach Simi. Trying to hit Ricky Lasky, but the Old Bridge defenders stepped up just enough to draw an offside call. Robles with a nice touch. Trying to get control. Oh, just over the top. Nice touch by the young sophomore as he beat a defender with a little move and then was a victim of maybe a choppy piece of field out there, and he couldn't quite get off the shot he wanted. A little nudge by Ricky Lasky. And Old Bridge will restart on about 10 yards their side of midfield. Junior Tim Lucas to surveying the situation. Puts a ball long down the middle with Adam Toplitsky, the senior sweeper. Adam's been snake bit with injuries over the years, but he's looking as solid as ever so far this season. A little bit over the top. Ramirez flying through there. Simby with good control. You're gonna have to sneak passes through the Old Bridge defense because just trying to carry the ball down the field today, they're just bringing everybody back and clogging up anywhere within a shooting range. Simi gaining a little respect from the defenders. He gave him a couple of yards of space. Nice tackle by Tim Lucas. Got all ball on that one. Bears starting to carry the play as they've got Old Bridge pinned in their end. Except for a couple of early touches by Frank Vetri, it's been Not much action down at East Brunswick end of the field. Metz with a long toss into the middle. Headed through by Robles. Those long throw-ins deep in the opponent's end have as much effect as a free kick. Sims. Through the middle, Robles. Nice look. Nice attempt to touch the Lasky, just intercepted by Tom Valentino. Valentino still with the ball. Head up, looking for his help. DeLucia back to Valentino. Nice recovery by Josh. Excuse me, by Brett Robin at the midfield. Sims down the left side, has trouble controlling it. Good recovery. And the referee 50 yards away makes that call. Can never understand that, but Evan Loops, you're looking for some movement. Floats one into the middle. No problem for Chris Reardon. I'd be surprised for what we've seen so far, whether if the game ends up more than 1-0 or 2-1. As both teams are playing very tight marking defense. You can see Old Bridge bringing their defenders way upfield there. Quick counterattack by the Bears and a little speed is what they need to jump on top. Good non-call by the official as there was inadvertent contact by both players. Number 10 for Old Bridge, Neil Christiana, floats it over to John Leone. No stranger to a lot of the East Brunswick players, as he does play travel club soccer with a lot of the East Brunswick kids. Leone pushes through to Dave DeLucia. Robles working like a dog out there, tackle between two people. Brett Robin turned back outside by Metz, but there was nobody there to help bring it upfield, so Old Bridge will get their first opportunity deep in the Bears box. Watch Old Bridge bring numbers into the Bears box this time as they set up for a corner kick. East Brunswick making sure they've got everyone picked up. Low out swinger. Couldn't understand that one. Long toss headed on by Ray Rays. Bud Vetri with the easy save. Spins one off the outside of his foot. Lasky challenged by Vodovsky for Old Bridge. Chipped on, but again into a lot of traffic. Ramirez. Nice switch of fields to Lasky. Ramirez breaking through, looking for a return, and he gets it. Continued on to Robles. Got two players on him, Valentino and Lucas. Still manages to get the ball in the box. A diving header. Oh, just wow, unbelievable. How did that ball not go in the net? Great action all around there. Great move by Brian Robles just to get the ball into the box. Attempts by Ramirez and Ricky Lasky. And somehow they just could not find it back of the net. And we remain scoreless. Robles with a nice touch to Simi. Collects it. Beats his defender out wide. Lasky with the header just to the outside of the net. A little hands on the back as they were both settling under that head ball. "14 minutes into the first half of this scoreless duel. Quick toss in as DeLucia tries to flick it on. Robin with the goal kick. Robles and Simi trying to make something happen. Tim Lucas, the sweeper, is very much a stay-at-home defender. It doesn't look like he's going to take many chances as he tries to keep Simi off the score sheet today. Zach having scored 6 goals in the first 2 matches for East Brunswick, including all 3 goals in their recent 3-0 victory. Good marking. And we're going to have our first substitution of the match, this one for the Knights. Number 19, Will Dwornikowski will come out of the game, replaced by Dan Galetta. Yeah, he got caught that time. Evan Loopsher had his hands on the back of the Old Bridge player, and referee right on top of that. East Brunswick with playing 2 forwards, a 4-4-2 setup. Oh, referee bought that one. As looked like it went off of Zach, but that'll be a dangerous play called on Tim Lucas. Simi on the left, gets around the corner. And we'll get a corner kick. You got 5 players lining up at the top of the box. Robles lofts one in. He's going to have a clean shot. Nice move. Swings it to the left, but nobody there but Old Bridge defenders. Lysenko with a handball. And he'll take that free kick opportunity to immediately switch it to the left. John Leone getting a little ahead of himself, trying to beat everybody on the Bears team downfield. Sims on the left. Simi looking for help, but again, 7 Old Bridge players back. Matthew Mesh with the long throw. Good opportunity, scores! Zach Simi, the 18-minute mark, puts East Brunswick on top of the Old Bridge Knights 1-0. Beautiful shot as he took the ball down off his chest and on a little half volley, kept that toe pointed down and drove it low into the net. Reardon had no chance on that. The 7th goal of the season. Watch for the Knights to open up a little bit on defense right now as their plan of trying to keep the Bears off the scoreboard has now put them in a hole. Nice ball on the right side. Quick one touch, Simi again. Backed into Sims and Simi. And we'll get a goal kick. Josh Sims and Zach Simi were a little confused bumping into each other down there. Headed back by Lasky. Well, the next game for the Bears, weather permitting, of course, will be this Saturday. They'll be playing at home against, if Old Bridge is their longtime rivals, St. Joe's is probably their longtime heated rivals, St. Joe Falcons. That game will be at 10 o'clock. This is the first in a string of 3 consecutive home games for East Brunswick. They'll also play home next Tuesday evening, or Tuesday afternoon, excuse me, against Edison. And then an interesting matchup as Coach Hastings will face Coach Hastings as Dan's son Chris, the first-year coach at South Brunswick, will butt heads with his father on the 29th over in South Brunswick. Lasky, nice spin move on the right. Good recovery by Eric Rothi. It's not enough right now with being down 1-0 at Old Bridge. Has to stop the Bears offense. They have to try to generate something on their own if they want to get back into the game. Looks like they're going to check the ball and make sure there's enough air in it. Apparently a little bit soft. And the referee swaps that one out. After a momentary breather, we'll be back underway here. Lucas with the long goal kick. Sims. Lucas whacks it out, and East Brunswick will restart. Ramirez with 2 on him. Old Bridge seems to be double teaming the ball, so if East Brunswick can find a way to make some quick passing combinations, they're going to tire out the Old Bridge team and free up some offensive opportunities at the same time. There's only one open. Simi trying to squeeze his way through a tight spot. It's early in the season, but if him and Brian Robles can start working more together, if you will, they're going to be a heck of a combination this year. Toplitsky swings it out wide to Mesh. And Adam fires that ball downfield. Well, if you're just flipping channels and happen to see a soccer game, that's exactly what you're watching. We're 24 minutes into the first half. East Brunswick on a goal by Zach Simi in the 18th minute. Out to a 1-0 lead over their neighbors from Old Bridge. Leone trying to swing around the left. And he'll get called for the foul on Evan Lupscher. Lysenko. Simi, nice touch. He's got people breaking through, but plays it to midfield instead. Little swing pass over the top of the defenders. He might have sent the teammate in all alone, but opted for the midfield play instead. Metch and Vodovsky, little pushing back and forth. Referee caught Vodovsky that time. Coach Haston going with no substitutes so far, staying with what he started the game with. No doubt trying to maintain some kind of chemistry. Evan Lupscher midfield. Touches wide to Lysenko. Simi, a nice flick on to Sims. Nice touch. Simi positioned his body well to receive that and gives his team an opportunity with the throwing inside the Old Bridge goal area. And he'll draw a corner kick on this play. Let's see if they can capitalize. They've had some couple of great chances so far in addition to the goal. A few minutes prior to that, there was a scramble, and we still don't know how nobody put it in the back of the net, as it pinballed off 2 or 3 people before Reardon pounced on it. Little chip, headed down. by Ramirez. Flick David got a foot race between Ray Race and Brett Robin. Robin with a very nice defensive play. Starts it back upfield. Loopshire. Receives a return from Ramirez. See if he can get the ball delivered. Lasky with a header back in. Oh, had Sims in the middle, but it just couldn't get it over the top of Dangaletta. And we got a bad throw in as he mistook which lines. And we got a handball. In his attempt to play it over the top, Reyes actually kicked it into his own hand. Quick restart. And the Bears will work the ball outside. Sims got speed. Flicked on long, another foot race between Reyes. He's all alone there, just over the top. Reyes did about the only thing he could do, is he was a one-man show with 3 Bears defenders closing in on him. Tried to float it over the top of Frankie Vetri's head as Vetri had come off his line. Robles with a flick on, blocked down by Andre Huggins. Dwornikowski looking for any kind of opening, throws it into a crowd of 3 Bears. And more confusion as Patrick Brock is using the football lines as sideline instead of the yellow lines, which you might not be able to see on your screen, but trust me, they're there. Lasky getting tugged on by his opponent. Robles 1-on-2, he breaks through, getting held off. And we'll see what the call is. It's incredible that an official 50 yards from the play can make the call when the official right in front of the play does absolutely nothing. Quick start over to the left side. East Brunswick there. Robles could 2-on-1, plays it through, beautiful touch to Lasky. Robles back in the middle. Oh, tries to bicycle kick, but he just couldn't get his timing right on it. Simi with a save. Good work between Brian Robles and Ricky Lasky. The sophomore Robles had just the right touch to feather a pass out to Lasky before he put in an offside position. And Ricky did a terrific job getting the cross back in. And Brian is trying to make an acrobatic shot, one-timer, couldn't connect. Unofficially, just over 8 minutes remaining in this first half. East Brunswick on top, 1-0. On a goal at the 18-minute mark from Zach Simi. Robles, he's got an opening. Shot, score! Well, that was a combination I was talking about a few minutes ago. As Zach Simi scores his second of the game from Brian Robles, and the Bears are now up 2-0. Well, the Knights had a little bit of a lapse as they gave a little too much space to Robles and Simi so deep into the box that time, and they were able to convert. And as tight as the Bears' defense has played so far, even at this early stage in the game, this may be an insurmountable lead. But we wouldn't want to put a jinx on anything now, would we? And again, at this point in the game, about 33 minutes in, still no substitutes off the Bears bench. Beautiful, cool day. Shadows starting to creep into the field. Vetri with time. He'll play it out to Lysenko, Art to Lysenko. Simi kind of playing rope-a-dope on that ball coming down that time. He's got Lasky with speed. Tim Lucas matches him stride for stride. And Matt Metch will run 40 yards from his back position to take the throw deep in Old Bridge end as they try to build upon this 2-0 lead. Everyone overjumps that one. Sims tries to keep it back in with a back kick. Badowski. No time and space for the Knights today. Sims into Loopshire. Sims trying to cut the ball back. He's taken down by Pat Brock. That's a kind of a tough angle to go right for the goal. Maybe float it up into the box. And maybe in the confusion, somebody could run onto it. And that's exactly what they do. Flicked on to Lasky by Simi. Lucas has certainly been the workhorse for Old Bridge today. Big kid, but he's matched the speedy Bears forward stride for stride. Robles winds and fires and scores. Terrific shot. He was dancing and deaking around the midfield, and from about 25 yards, I think he just shocked the Old Bridge keeper and hit a rope to the far corner. And the second goal did not discourage Old Bridge. This one has certainly got to be a backbreaker. Artie Lysenko. Evan Loopsher. Try to chip it down towards the center, hook it in, but Petrie comes out and pounces on that. Nice little hand. He'll restart quickly. All right, with time and space. Swings it to Loopsher. Over to Lasky as they're spreading out the Old Bridge defense now. Quick touch through. Questionable call. Looked like Lucas was back keeping Simeon side, but I will give the referee one call today, huh? It's got to be right once in a while. Quite honestly, the spacing of the players is right, the movement, the passes at the right time. Things are working very smartly for Coach Haston right now as he takes a stroll deep along the sideline in the shade. No doubt thinking to himself, I've got a pretty good team out here. And if he's not saying it, I surely will. Great performance so far. Lasky with a great recovery as he sprinted all the way back. Hits it through to Simi, just headed away, but right to Robles. Let's see if they can combine again. Simi was making his run right into Robles' pass, so Brian did the smart thing. Took his shot, drew the throw in, and now they're going to have a corner kick. A lot of these kids have played together for so many years. Club ball, corner kick. Simi at the top of the box. Flicks it on. Got a cross. Nice header, and it scores. Matt Ramirez. Off the cross from Brian Robles. And apparently it was no goal. Not quite sure why they called the goal back. Well, we'll see what happened. Well, the Bears will get another crack from about 30 yards out. Lofted. Just over to under a minute in the first half. Robles got at the top, see if he can get one off. Blocked down, Simi. Tries to draw the foul for a penalty kick, but no luck. Metz stepping up, has it taken away. Now he's got to recover. One last ditch effort by Rays. Long cross, nobody on the far side. He ran out of space and angle. I still can't understand why that last goal didn't count. Didn't look like anybody was offside. we'll try to find out for you. If not now, that early in the second half. Well, in any event, great ball work and a strong defense. Andre Huggins. These Old Bridge defenders are getting a little tired out there. And that'll do it for us in the first half. 2 goals by Zach Simi and 1 by Brian Robles. And after the first 40 minutes, it's East Brunswick 3 and Old Bridge nothing. We'll be back for the second half in a few minutes. Well, Coach Mould for Old Bridge, no doubt wondering if anybody got the number of the train that hit them in the first half. I think the train was number 33s and 33 and 8. As the Robles and Simi combination has got the Knights in a deep hole. Old Bridge will be going from right to left on your screen in their black uniforms for the second half. Andrew Suozo to Lucas. Raised, nice tackle by Brett Robin. Center to Ramirez looking left. It's got Sims. Tough first touch, somehow he maintains control. And that'll go slightly over the bar. And we got someone injured out in the play right now. Like maybe he's got a cramp in his leg. Try to get the number of that player. It's Matt Ramirez. Walking gingerly, favoring that left leg. Matt just recently relocated to East Brunswick area from the Houston, Texas suburbs. A very strong soccer area in its own right. And he'll be carted off. And the Bears will make their first substitution of the day. Gabriel Estremera stepping into play up in the midfield. Adam Toplitsky. Estremera, a little touch to Simi. Simi trying to be a little too cute in traffic there. Mesh with a quick reply, but nobody there. And now to Leone. Leaps over to Plitsky. That'll result in a goal kick. Referee looked like he was going to put his whistle in his mouth for a little contact, but no harm, no foul on that one. Simi. Didn't quite get the right club out of the bag as he looked like he tried to hook it down the left wing to Josh Sims, but duffed that one. Estremera on the right. Little touch to Lasky. Looking for a return pass is Estremera, but staying home is Tom Valentino to intercept that one. Start it back up for Old Bridge. Little touch through by Christiana. Old Bridge can't seem to get out of their own way right now, and Lasky takes over. Estremera with a throw in. Old Bridge trying to mount any kind of attack, as Vetri has not been tested today very severely at all. Little miscommunication between Toplitsky and Metch will give the Knights a restart. Wild shot by Dave DeLucia. And headed back in by Leone. He's played a strong game in spite of the score. Sweeper Tim Lucas and midfielder John Leone look to be the strongest for the Old Bridge team so far today. Unfortunately, needs to be 8 others like them if they want to have a chance at getting back into this match. DeLucia to Rays. Good cover. Toplitsky stepped up and Brett Robin did a nice job recovering for him. Matthew Metz with a long throw down the right side. Good ball, Simeon. Over the bar. He wanted that one back. Had to pull the trigger quickly as Chris Reardon came hard off his line. And Simi had 2 defenders breathing down his back. It's got a little too much loft on that. Nice keeping. Artie Lysenko jostling with Dwornikowski. Bears chipping the ball down long. Ray's trying to get any kind of an angle on Brett Robin. And Laska goes down right at the midfield line. Bears play just a little bit more ragged. Haven't had the crisp passing so far. There's a little bit more individual efforts out there. It's got to settle down and remember how they built that 3-0 lead in the first half. Play confined mostly to the middle third of the field right now. Yeah, he got called. Loopshire had his hands on the back of his opponent. Got to be a little more subtle. They're going to catch every time, even if the hands don't actually make contact. Vetri will try to settle things down. Robles breaking in. He's all alone. Well, he's got help over there. Chipped over. Just couldn't get it over to Simi. They were both breaking in alone, but Simi was just a little bit ahead of Robles. The ball got played forward. It would have been an offside call right away. That's why Robles held on to the ball as long as he did. Sims sacrificing his head to keep that ball in the zone. Bears gunning for their third consecutive shutout to open the season. Don't know if they've pulled that feat off before. We'll have to have Coach Haston look through the archives for us. Nice little touch. Robles got Brodsky streaking. He's got speed. Couldn't quite get it out wide enough. Nice tackle. He calls a handball. I didn't quite see where the hand hit the ball, but if he called it, I'm sure he did. Lucia forward to Christiana. Still with it. No space. Reyes tries to flick it on. And personnel change as Matt Ramirez checked back into the game for Gabby Estremera. Well, it could be trouble if he. Got a very spirited crowd today. And a pretty decent one at that. We won't show their faces so their bosses don't dock and pay. Lasky down the right side. He's got space. Looking for help. Nice play by Tim Lucas to shield him off. Leone. Podofsky. And Mitchell started from the back. Brett Robin. Over to Artie Lysenko. Ramirez tries to flick it on to Sims. Still going. Looks like he ran out of space on the left side. Again, the quick touch passes are what got the Bears their lead, but they've gotten away from that. Holding on to that ball just a little too long. Dwornikowski gets it back. Well, we're going to have a handball. About 25 yards from the goal with a decent angle. Bears defense trying to keep them honest. Quick restart. Ball's loose. Yeah, off the football crossbar. Mad scramble in the Bears zone, but that is one thing to clear the ball out under pressure, but there are times when you've got to give the opponent a little credit for creating the chaos down there too. Fortunately for the Bears, they were unscathed on that one. Fresh troops in for Old Bridge. And the Bears remain with their original starting lineup, except for the brief stint. That's been it so far for substitutes. But Josh Bransdorfer and Joseph Pacetta warming up along the sideline for East Brunswick, waiting their opportunity. Bears getting a little careless right now, giving Old Bridge a little bit of hope. Simi checking back to the ball. And Robles is frustrated because it didn't get played forward to him, but he surely would have been whistled for an offside at that point. Loopshire swings it. Simi with Valentino on his back, giving him a little nudge. Ball swung wide left. Skims nudging the box, but with a 3-0 lead, the referee's going to be reluctant to point at the penalty spot. Simi on the right. Lucas, nice recovery. And he'll draw a corner kick. Bransdorfer and Pachetta coming into the match. They replace Ricky Lasky and Josh Sims. Two new midfielders. Corner kick by Robles, headed off the football crossbar. Robles in the middle. Trying to bob into his weave his way through the defense. Loopshire. 2 on him deep in the corner. It'll be a corner kick. Quick start. Artie Lysenko moving up from his left back position. A little too hard in the touch. But there's nobody from Old Bridge within 15 yards. Toplitsky, nice little touch to catch Old Bridge going the wrong way. Getting a little too fancy. Going to cost them if they keep this up.
Come on, Joe, run through.
And Passetto will get called for the fouls. He a little too obvious in his mugging of the Old Bridge defender. If you're just tuning in, we're midway through the second half of this Greater Middlesex Conference Red Division game between the East Brunswick Bears and Old Bridge Knights. East Brunswick jumping up to a 3-0 lead in the first half on 2 goals by Zach Simi and 1 by Brian Robles. The 4th goal by Matt Ramirez on a beautiful header was denied because of an offside call. Brainsdorfer. It's great playing on the football field with the stands and everything, but you can only make it so wide because of the crown on the sidelines for drainage, plus with the track on either end. Ideally, you'd add another 5 yards to each sideline. Probably get a lot less restarts because it plays out of bounds in that case. Brainsdorfer trying to find Simby. Down the middle, tries to touch it through. Simmy in. Oh, he scores. Next, Simmy on a nice pass from Evan Loopshire. And there's a 4th Bear goal. And that's certainly got to be some kind of a record for the Bears, or maybe for anybody at this point. 3 consecutive games to open a season, and Zach Simmy's got hat tricks in each of them. I would say that after the performance of his first 3 matches, if he wasn't a marked man after the first 2, he's certainly going to be a marked man in the St. Joe's game on Saturday. Well, the 4-0 lead Coach Aston looking a little more to his bench. Give some kids breathers as they've been out there for a solid 60 minutes plus right now. Lucas. Al Old Bridge started their first 2 games 1-1. Their one loss, a disheartening loss, despite the fact they outshot South Brunswick 16-7. And he was offside by a mile that time, but nothing's happening there. And he's going to score. Well, that was a non-call that absolutely should have been called an offside, but Simi with his 4th goal of the game, and the East Brunswick is now up 5-0. Two goals in under 3 minutes, under 2 minutes for that matter. And now the Bears will work on trying to preserve that shutout. And we got a new keeper in for the Bears as Frankie Vetri comes out. And senior Polly Demian comes in. Brett Robin called for the infraction. And Leone will see if they can jumpstart any kind of movement and offense. Ball swung just wide. Good attempt by Vodovsky. Took the ball to his left and got the keeper swinging over and crossed a screaming line drive to his right, but just wide of the post. Albridge basically a 2-man front right now. Brett Robin with Sanko. And he'll pop it out. Nice move, nice move. Sims with speed on the right, as long as he doesn't run out of space. And they're going to call for a dangerous play, so the Bears will get an indirect kick just inside the box. On an indirect kick, a goal cannot be scored directly off the initial kick. The ball must touch 2 people. Loopshire. Headed out by Adam Lehman. Nice play by Brett Robin. And they'll just take their time. In no hurry now. About 13 minutes left, 14 minutes left. Robles still in the game. He's going to earn a hot shower tonight. He's worked like a dog out there. And sophomore Hiro Sato will come in, replacing Evan Loopsher. As Coach Haston works some of the youngsters into the lineup. I'm sorry, the new keeper in goal for the Bears is Nick Grimaldi. My mistake. I apologize. No need to get fancy back there in defense. Gain your composure. Find the open player or space. Play the ball and then support. Old Bridge is trying to break this shutout, so they're going to be taking a few more chances up there. Ball switch from left to right, go right out of bounds. Bransdorfer trying to clear it up. And instead the Bears will get the throw in. Art Lysenko. Nobody running forward. Robles sprints downfield to try to keep Andre Huggins honest. Brett Robbins, not quite sure what the call was that time. It looked like Robin was on his way. Somehow stumbling but maintaining control through midfield. He's the one to get called for the foul. Now we're going to have jumping over the top as Old Bridge is slowly nudging their way downfield. Going to leave that whole right side open if he's not careful. Suozo taken away quick. See if he can. He was offside. Yep. Ball got held on too long by Josh Sims. Robles was sprinting ahead, but referee was absolutely correct on that one. As frustrating as it may seem to the fans. Now he's on. Robles with speed. Lucas with the big strides trying to catch up. Oh, just over the bar. A little peripheral vision. Brian could see Tim Lucas closing in from the left side and did what he had to do. And Robles will come out of the game. No doubt done for the afternoon with 9 minutes left in a 5-0 game. Bransdorf, a nice tackle. Played the ball on the ground though. Flicked on by Badovsky. And Grimaldi. It looked like he was going to throw it, but he'll regain his composure. Right down the middle of DeLucia. Nice play from Bransdorfer back to Lehman. Coletta. As Olbridge tries to push. Nothing to lose at this point, trying to score. DeLucia getting himself dizzy out there. Takes down Lehman. And he'll forego that offside call as the ball went back to the Old Bridge keeper. Advantage. And we'll have yet another goalkeeper change. As this time, Paulie Demian will check into the game. And Nick Grimaldi will come out. Well, everybody getting into this match for East Brunswick. Can't play right now. Old Bridge pushing forward. A lot of breakaway opportunities for the East Brunswick. Lasky looking for help. Mesh, nice little move. Onside. Got Sims. And shanks it wide right. Matthew Mesh looking for some movement. Again, second half, a little more individual play than teamwork. It's kind of created a bit of sloppiness out there. Old Bridge looked very strong the first 15 minutes on defense. Didn't look like either team was going to score. And then all of a sudden, the floodgates open. So much for my prediction of a 1-0 or 2-1 game. Even the best make mistakes, right? And he'll let that one go. Again, 5-0 lead. Bishop Hanna trying to steam upfield. Andre Huggins, the recent addition to the Old Bridge roster, has just moved into the area from Jamaica. Let's see what Sims can do now. He's one-on-one with Huggins. And Huggins pushes him out wide. East Brunswick with a throw-in. We're just under 4 minutes now. The game result at this stage is not in doubt. However, the Bears trying to maintain their shutout streak. That's something they can be proud of. Strong defense, timely offense. Lasky. Calls Lehman had his hands on the back of the opponent. DeLucia finds Josh Milanowski. Josh Bransdorf with a nice defensive play. Well, Lysenko just ran out of space on the side there. Yeah, we'll wait and see that one land. Eric Rothy. Old Bridge basically everyone up on their offensive half of midfield now. Not a lot of flow to the second half. Held on the ball just a little too long, and now it's a counterattack for Old Bridge. Just touched wide. And we're under a minute remaining on official time. Once again, we will not have to worry about overtime and golden goals. But again, another strong showing for the East Brunswick teams as the girls played a terrific game last week. Shutout performance. Just to recap, Bears went up 3-0 in the first half. 2 goals from Simi and a goal and assist from Brian Robles. Second half, 2 more goals by Simi within a span of about 1 minute and 45 seconds. And 1 absolutely spectacular goal that was called back. But it still looked good. Matt Ramirez with a diving header. And the Old Bridge team will have to regroup. Try to figure out what went wrong after their initial 15 minutes of very strong defense. Sims, nice touch. So Lasky would have been all alone. And that'll do it. To recap the scoring, 4 goals by Zach Simi and 1 by Brian Robles, and your final score at J. Doyle Field in East Brunswick. The East Brunswick Bears 5 and the Old Bridge Knights 0. On behalf of myself, Phil Peterson, and the EBTV technical crew, good evening.